Hi everybody, Craig here. Welcome back to the Age of Wonders 3 campaign, the Elven Court. In our last episode, we completed the campaign successfully by following one of the two possible pathways that can be chosen. Now what we've done here is we've returned to the fourth scenario. This is going to be partway through episode 18 if you were following my playthrough of the campaign itself. And this is in the, as I said, fourth scenario, the Sapphire Archipelago, part 3 of that scenario. And what we've done is we made a save right before an important choice. And that is the choice that is going to determine which of the two pathways we end up following in this campaign. Now, of course, we sided with Nomlik and chose sort of the air quotes good option. But let's see what happens if we side with Groshak and follow the, again, air quotes evil option. This has been highly requested, and so we're going to do this as sort of a, I guess you would say like an alternate reality or a what if we made the other choice. And so that's going to be what we're going to do now for the rest of this alternate reality campaign here. One quick shout out before we get started here, and that's just to Gladden, who pointed out that, interestingly, Nomlik being sort of the good option, when you choose to side against him, he will actually leave all of his items behind, whereas Groshak being sort of the selfish or evil option, when you choose to side against him, when he leaves, he will actually take all of his items with him. And in preparation for that, we had stripped Groshak of pretty much all of his items. Now, of course, the good thing is when we let Nomlik leave here, he will leave all of his items behind, and as you can see, he does have some pretty good equipment, so that's really good to know. Without any further ado here, let's get on with it and see what happens if we make the opposite choice. So we have to win this battle, and we're going to do it just in auto combat real quick. Okay, thank you for freeing us. Those troops belong to a human pirate, Isabella. When she arrived on these islands, terrible things started to happen. She is taking over everything and forcing everyone to work for her on pain of death. Allow me to speak. Isabella is Shadowborn, a member of a global group of conspirators operating across both empires. They want war between the Commonwealth and the Elven Court, so both sides annihilate each other. They have infiltrated all circles of power. They have to be stopped. All other concerns are secondary. You again, welcome. Yes, I see it now. This is our destiny. We have to prevent the war. Every soul is precious. Humans have the same capacity for good as others. Your father seeks revenge, and I know he expects you to eliminate all humans here, but if you do, it will change both of you forever. We must find a better way. Oh, don't be so naive, Nomlik. King Sardos is right. If we allow the humans to remain, we leave a door open for the Commonwealth. It will prolong the conflict and ruin the sanctity of these isles. We cannot afford to wage war in this remote corner of Athla. Better to send a clear message. Leniency now will only lead to more suffering later. Not long ago, I wished for leadership and the responsibility that comes with it, but now it becomes painfully clear to me that it entails a lot more than I could have foreseen. The choice here before me will affect thousands upon thousands of lives. My mother, my father, Nomlik and Groshak, even the Wanderer, all have their arguments, but I have to choose. So again, this is the point here where we made the choice previously to stop the war, which is siding with Nomlik. Whereas now we are going to see how the other side lives and proceed with our choice, destroy the humans. The time for peace is past. Thanos tried it and paid with his life. I will be faithful to my father's wishes and destroy the humans here. It is time to act. In war, we cannot shy away from what has to be done for the greater good. In victory, I will be proven right. I had thought you to be different, Sundren. It seems I was mistaken. You are wrong, and I cannot support your decision. Take your items back. I don't want them. I will say a prayer for you. Farewell. Nomlik is sad. I'm going to be sad to lose Nomlik as well, as it's very nice having a powerful Theocrat on your side. However, we are going to make do, and we do get to keep Groshak, so we'll have to see how we can use the Sorcerer to our advantage. Now, item-wise here, let's see. We can give a bunch to Reskar, which is good for him. That's a huge upgrade for him. That's wonderful. That's perfect. And we get Bard skills out of the deal, which is excellent. So now, I think we can sell the Raptor. Everyone already has a mount, if I'm not mistaken. Most of these, then, we will send over to Groshak. Give him some pants. We'll give him a holy symbol. We'll send him the lightning wand because we had stripped that from him before, if I'm not mistaken. We'll leave Reskar with the prototype rifle, and the Nefarious Blowpipe, I think, is just an extra. I believe everyone already has one. And then we'll give Groshak the Hunter Spider egg, so that when it hatches, he's got a pretty powerful unit, or pretty powerful mount, I should say. Okay, so now we have to decide what we want to do. So let's check our objectives again. We have to find and eliminate Isabella, and we have to eliminate all humans. Let's see, raise all of the human cities or migrate them, leaving no human presence on these isles. Now, I don't know if that means we have to actually go city by city and actually systematically eradicate the humans. If so, that's going to make this a little bit more challenging. I think what we'll do, though, is we will split Groshak off, give him a giant, so he's got a decent stack. And then with Sundren, we're going to head south. And what we'll do is we will attempt to then clear out these cities here and start working our way through that. Now, Groshak, I want to see maybe what's up this way. Okay, we've got some roaming units to get rid of and some gold, so let's deal with that. Now, I will say I did not go back and watch my previous episodes to kind of refresh my memory or cheat in terms of remembering how this particular scenario goes. I also don't know, now that I've made a different choice, if that's going to change how things kind of unfold. And so I do feel like I'm not going in entirely blind, but I'm definitely going in a little bit, I would say, with a little bit less knowledge of what comes next. So Hiramas, we could start to develop it, but I don't want to start going crazy with the gold spending, especially given that we really don't have a lot of gold income at the moment. So let's maybe see if we can keep hunting around to perhaps find some additional sources of gold. I think one thing we might want to consider doing, I believe this is Isabella's throne down here, so I think what we probably want to do is start heading that way. I seem to recall that I think it's, is it Bormak, the dwarf, who's in a prison cell over here at some point. I think we want to free him. That was at one point, I think, our objective. I just don't know if that's still the case, given our alternate choice. That being said, I think maybe we want to head down there and see if we can free him. So there's some resources here for us, which we will definitely want to grab. And this guy, I think with Reskar, honestly, we should jump in the water and maybe head out into the ocean here, see what we can find. So yeah, let's see. We can go there. We will have to be careful because obviously the waters can get a little bit dangerous. So we'll hop in the water there and we'll try to make landfall and see what we can find. Ideally, I would have a scout over here, but I just don't have one available. So we'll just have to do our best. Oh, nice. Okay, we finished a stone ward. What does that allow us to do? Let's see. Oh, nice. Okay, that gives us access to the menhir structures, which then allow us to do some really good work here in terms of production of our best giant units. So the stone giant is probably my favorite, given that he does have that... he has the ability to throw a boulder, kind of like a trebuchet, but he retains all of the powerful melee effects. We're going to buff the happiness here. Nice, and that takes a turn off, so let's do it. So that's only 3 turns now. But he's basically like a trebuchet that also has a tier 4 melee abilities, which is pretty powerful. So that obviously used up a lot of our available gold, so we are going to hold off on spending gold for a little bit here, I think. Now, we do know there is some gold up there, so let's see if we can head up and perhaps grab it. We'll do this manually. Let's see if we can start feeding more experience to Groshak. We also want to start getting our fire giant leveled up. Alright, so, again, we're still waiting on items arriving for him, so... yeah, let's blast. Do some nice, really good damage there. And we should be able to just step up, give these wargs the business, and then get the kill right here. Very nice. Now, one other issue we have in this stack is a lack of healing. And so we'll have to remedy that. Groshak can go like that. Okay, and we will just group our stack up again. We can move over here. We want to get rid of that spider next turn. And then down here, I think what we'll do is we will start moving. Oh, that's a little scary. Thankfully, it's just a pair of frigates. We should be able to handle that if they do attack us. We've got structures and whatnot down here. A couple of trolls. We do have a troll on our side, which, thanks to those bard skills, is not as unhappy, since we obviously aren't dedicated to evil. So this crow can just keep doing its thing down here. Ooh, nice. Let's grab that siege workshop. So those are some production resources. That's a huge boost to this city already. So I think what we might want to consider then is maybe building a rogue's palace, starting to get some unit production capabilities just in case we need it. Let's grab those refugees. Nice. We can make contact out here next turn, it looks like. Yeah, so Sundren, as I said, is going to head south. Might even pick up a unit out of this city. You know what? Let's see. What are we missing? Probably use some more ranged units. So let's grab a longbowman here. There we go. All right, now let's get a crow going. That's going to help out over here with Reskar and figuring out where we want to go. Kind of hopefully avoid us wasting time. So we will end it probably there. I think we already know what every city is doing. We're doing merchandise here across the board. I mean, I guess we could call an audible here. Maybe start doing the Rogue's Palace. Let me just check. I can't remember where we're at with research here. Yeah, we haven't really done much. We haven't even gotten Produced Scoundrel. So at this point, not super helpful to have that. We could instead maybe just focus on the standard unit production upgrades. So I wouldn't mind getting the Griffin Riders because they can fly. So let's maybe just do that. We'll go with a barracks there. Yeah. It's going to take a while to get to it, but I think that would be good for the city. Nice. Okay, we had a lot of items show up. I'm assuming those are all for Grow Shack here. So let's equip them. We've got the sword, or the axe, I should say, pants, and a couple of ranged items. Plus, his spider egg is going to hatch next turn, it looks like. So that's good for us. All right, so we will attack here. We'll just quickly eliminate this spider. Just have to watch out. It does have that phase, but really we're just going to give him the business here. Nice, and we got the stun. That's what we really wanted. Nice, and then we can get the kill with our giant. Perfect. Nice and easy cleanup work there. Okay, so that takes care of that. Make sure our city's a little safer. Now, I could head out across the water, but I do seem to recall there are some pretty powerful units in the water lurking, and I don't think we're quite ready for that at the moment. So I think instead what we might want to do is maybe head down to help with these cities or something. I don't want to get too crazy with it. Let's see, Navina. I think we're just going to not worry about developing it too much. I want to kind of focus my efforts more on Hieromas. Meanwhile, with Sundren, like I said, we are going to head south. There we go. Okay. Reskar's group. Oh, and look at that. We do have a roaming unit here we could eliminate. We could go fight these frigates. I mean, why not? We're in a good position to do it. This is where, like, I'm tempted to maybe just make landfall, though, and kind of get to safety versus fighting these units kind of unnecessarily. I just can't remember if this island is worth landing on. But you know what? We're going to do it. Oh, yeah, there's lots of stuff for us to do. I see some items down here, even. Ooh, and there's a chance for us to get a powerful crocodile on our side. So, you know what? I am not too upset about landing here. We'll let them run. There's no reason to be too aggressive at this point. Yeah, that's good for us. All right, now, over here, can make contact with some giants. They want an expensive peace treaty. You know what? No, thank you. I just don't really have the gold to spare for that. So instead, let's just go around them here. And we'll just keep exploring. Again, I'm seeming to recall it was down here in the right where that prison cell is. So that's going to do it for our turn there. So the nice thing now with Reskar having landed on this island, we've got lots of stuff to clear out, lots of fighting to do. We've got some treasure to grab. We can summon another crow here just to do some scouting. There is a quest, let me see. Down with the dragons. I mean, we would get a hill giant, an ogre, and a peace treaty out of it. I don't really want to fail that quest, and I feel like that's pretty far out of the way for us, so I'm going to actually deny it. I'm not going to accept that. Or, well, I'll let it stew for a bit. I'm not going to make a decision just this second. Alright, so I think what I want to do is fight these trolls, then head down here. Although, maybe I head down here and then loop back around for the trolls. Wouldn't be bad getting that treasure. Here's what we could do. Grab the treasure. And then, yeah, let's head down here. There we go. Okay, and then there's a spawning structure there we're going to have to clear out. And we can grab these items and see what that is. And then we can check and see what else is down here. So, yeah, let's head... Ooh, there's a spawning structure, too. So, let's head over. We'll fight these nymphs. We'll do it manually just to try to focus experience. So again, I think what we're going to want to do here is just kind of take our time. We don't have to do anything too crazy. We are going to have that line of sight penalty, but that's fine. I mean, really, we can just charge in and blast them. Yep, no problem at all. Troll can move up. We will have to watch out because the troll could potentially get, I think, seduced. So let's see if that ends up happening. Oh, they just went for the melee attack. That's fine. Reskar can do a big heal there, and then we can swoop around behind and get the flank kill, and a nice level up for our troll as well. Very much like those trolls because they do have regrowth, which is, in my opinion, extremely powerful. And then I think what we'll do is we'll go for this dire crocodile, and we'll try to use Reskar's befriend animal ability to get them on our side. Yeah, so this quest, I think what we're going to do is we're just going to decline it. I just don't think it's worth doing. Groshak's spider egg did hatch. It would give him blight protection, greater webbing touch, and the ability to go over walls. Whereas this one gives overwhelm. I think this is a little bit better, honestly. Yeah, I think the spider is just a touch better for him. The warg isn't bad, and we'll keep it just in case, because I think, again, if we end up getting that dwarven hero that I think we might be getting, that could end up being useful. So, I suppose we could just go up and see. I seem to recall maybe there being like a watchtower or something up there, but I could be wrong. Meanwhile, Sundren can head over. We do want to take this city by force here. We are going to be making the humans unhappy, so we don't want to get a bunch of human units on our side if we can avoid it. So instead, we're just gonna pretty much go for the kills. There we go. Alright, we'll let them hit us with a little damage, nothing crazy. This should be a fairly straightforward battle here. We're just going to kind of park our fire giant right here and pretty much let them deal with that. And then our other units here can move up and start blasting. Very good. Yeah, we'll just do a little bit more to soften them up. There it is, and then we'll park our unit in front just to provide protection for our longbowmen, knowing, of course, that we may get pikemen here with the halberdier. Ouch. Nope, going after the fire giant, that's fine. He's just gonna beat the heck out of everybody, which is great. Crusader can move in to get the flank shot there. Fire giant took some damage, but really barely any, so Not a problem. I think what we'll do then is we'll move over with our longbowmen, soften them up, and then get the kill here. Perfect. Meanwhile, Sundren, again, we could go for a convert, but quite frankly, I just don't think that's a good idea since we're going to be pissing off the humans anyway. And then we can get the kill right there. Very nice. Alright, so again, we could absorb, but I'm going to migrate this. And you know what? That's going to turn us evil pretty fast. So I think we will just migrate it over. And I guess we are going to be evil this time. Well, that's fine. Genocide it is then. So, we probably want to hop across the water here and go for this city next, just knowing that we are going to be at risk when we hop in the water. Up here, yeah, that's the real question, is do we want to risk heading over here? I'm a little bit unsure about that. I think what we'll do is we'll get another crow. And I want to do that just so we can scout and see how dangerous it is. Because I don't want to take that risk if I'm not confident. Next thing we'll do is we'll get a Warhol going. And then hopefully we can make that Griffin Spire. That's going to be expensive, but I feel like then at least we have one city we can use for unit production, which will be pretty good for us. This crow's just going to keep doing its thing here. Ooh, nice. There's some treasure. Yeah, that treasure is sustaining us right now. Because our gold situation otherwise is pretty dismal. Alright, that's going to do it. Domain invasion. Okay, let's take a look. Ooh, that is not good. We do not really have much for units there. We could do some spell casting. I just don't know if that's going to be enough. Well, let's see how that goes. I mean, we'll have to figure it out. It is a Frost Elemental. That's a Tier 3 unit. That could really give us some problems. We're not going to be able to summon this Grimbeak Crow in time. Well, that's the danger there, is we've got roaming units. We know they're there. We may have to just move our throne over to this city, honestly. Okay, this little guy, we've migrated it over to a high elf outpost. We're not going to develop it at all. We're just going to leave it be. There are some units coming. Again, I'm a little bit scared to hop in the water, but I think we'll be okay. We've got a pretty powerful group. Hopefully they won't be in too much trouble. Yeah, and this is going to take too long. We can start cranking these guys out. They are just really expensive. I am going to do it, though. It pretty much uses all of our gold, which is not ideal, but that will be super powerful when we have one. So, what we'll do down here is we will go for this fight here. Ooh, you know what? I'm going to do No Mercy, and I'm going to do that because I want to get this dire Crocodile if possible. Okay, so I think what we're going to do, we're going to throw a buff onto our troll, give him the nourishing meal. We're going to throw him up there just to kind of soak up hits, really. That's the objective there. And then we will start blasting for some damage. I think we'll charge in. Nice, there's a good kill. We'll park our Ward Rider there just to provide the chance for a charge attack here. Now, I'm assuming they're just going to double... Ooh, there. Okay, that was kind of neat. Well, that was a smart little maneuver. Alright, let's go for the Befriend. Nice, and it worked. That's wonderful. We now have access to this very powerful Tier 3 unit. That's great. We can blast the frog, and there's a good kill and a level up for our apprentice. I'll happily take that. Very nice. Okay, and now this unit we want to add in with Reskar's group. We'll have to wait a turn to do that. Let's see what this item is. Bracelet of the Azrak Avatar. You get lava walking and 100% fire protection. That is pretty darn good. We have pretty good items with Sundren already. I feel like it would be decent to give to Reskar. The only thing is, as a Draconian, he already has some pretty good inbuilt fire protection, not to mention his Wyvern. So maybe we give this to... He's got 40% from these pants. So everybody's got some inbuilt fire protection, but I feel like Groshak doesn't already have jewel items, so I think the logical thing would be to just give it to him. So let's do that. We can always reassign it later if need be, but let's give it to Groshak. Again, you know, I could min-max this probably differently, but... let's go out this way and just see. Okay, so that is just water out there. I feel like we probably should maybe head over and get rid of this thing. Kind of a pain, but, like, I feel like we probably should. There we go. Alright. So we'll deal with this, and then we'll decide if we want to go into the water and start heading over towards her throne city, possibly. I think that's going to be it there. This guy here, we do have to watch out. There are some frigates. So let's see if we head down here. We want to stick to an area where we're pretty confident we can survive. So let's hop on land. We'll follow these little islands across. As I said with Groshak here, it doesn't look like... Yeah, see now, here's the question. Do we want to risk hopping across? And I think what we do is we wait until we have another crow to make that decision fully, because at this point we can't be confident that it's safe to cross. So we will end it there. And it's going to be tough finding all the human cities. There's presumably some over on this right side of the map. This could get really arduous, just having to find all of them and migrate them, assuming I'm interpreting that objective correctly. Okay, this is not ideal. And yeah, our gold situation, I probably shouldn't be building that unit the way I am. Okay, what do we have? We've got moving target and quick dash, so that's not going to be of tremendous help for us, sadly. Sadly, as well, this unit has a ranged attack, which means that our strategy of running away is not going to work here. Defending friendly units all gain stone skin. Okay, well, that's good. Stone skin, you get extra protection and resistance for what that's worth. So let's just, we'll go back here, and we will do our best to just make a stand. This is going to suck no matter what we do here. So I think we just park behind these pillars, and we're going to have to just pray for the best here. Knowing that we are going to come under attack. Oh, you know what? The Frost Elemental actually doesn't have a ranged attack. I thought he did. I don't know why I thought that, but yeah, we're gonna get schmacked pretty good here if we fight this guy. I mean, again, we could do the cheeky runaway thing. I feel like that's cheating though, so I've used that before, and I always feel kind of dirty doing it. So I think what we'll do instead is we will just continue to figure out how we want to do this. I thought the Frost Elemental had a ranged attack, but that might be the baby Frost Elemental I'm thinking of. Alright, let's blast him, knowing full well that he's going to just jump in behind and do a flank shot on the Kobold shooter here. So we'll park like this. Yeah, this is not going to go well for us, but we're going to do what we can. Yep, and there, we knew that was coming. Okay, we're going to throw a moving target on. What kind of damage does this guy do? Mostly frost, which is too bad, because that's... Yeah, we're going to lose this no matter what we do, so... There, yeah, it doesn't even matter at this point. So we'll have to try and get back there and recapture the city. And you know what? Okay, we've just found a good objective for Groshak. It's going to take him a little while to get over there. But we need to get over there, and we are running a gold deficit. So, we are going to have to figure something out here. Let's see, can we sell something? No. You know what? We're going to have to sell some items. I think that's the only way around this. We're going to move our throne to here. That's definitely something we have to do. Where we'll install the throne. Yes. Oh, I hope that didn't... That might have canceled out our build, which is too bad. Although we're already so committed over here, but I feel like we have no choice. I think we have to come back. Because that's such a powerful... this is such a powerful dwelling for us to have. So, yeah, we need to get back over there. Alright, well, let's summon this crow and do what we were planning on. Oh, I forgot we had one down there. Shoot. Oh, that was stupid of me. Oh, well. Well, now we can explore in different directions, I guess. We can go that way, and we'll go this way. Okay, so we found more land down here. These are just kind of like some volcanic mountains. But we can just explore and see what we find. Reskar's going to head down here. Yeah, we're going to have to sell some items, that's for sure. So we'll sell the other blowpipe. It's not going to get us enough gold because we're hemorrhaging it pretty aggressively. Yeah, and these cities are all just going to have to do merchandise for the foreseeable future until we can recoup our cost here. Yeah, we lost our throne city, which is not good. Let's get corpse looting going, because that will help us with gold. And then, do we have any items to sell otherwise? I mean, we could sell... You know what? We can sell the mount. I hate to do it, but that will buy us a couple of turns at least. Let's see, is there anything we can use to perhaps give us... Just trying to see what would be good. You know what? Poison blades, maybe, or... I don't know. More casting points. Let's grab the more casting points for now. Yeah, I feel like this is just going from bad to worse, honestly. Okay, well, that's good. At least we found... Oh, no! We're gonna get blasted by the ship, that's for sure. Alright, well, hey, at least we've... So far, we were okay, but when we get across... Ooh, this could get ugly. Alright, well, we'll do our best here. So you want to murder us all. Typical high elf arrogance. That only you and those who obey you deserve life. Well, guess what? We humans are numerous and ready to fight for our existence. It's time for you to leave this world to us and fade from memory. Die. Well, this is going to get ugly. We're going to make landfall and then try and take the city. Oh, well, we can... never mind. We can actually take it right now. Okay, perfect. Let's do that. So we'll lay siege here. Ouch. Yeah, it sucks we lost that dwelling. That really kind of hamstrings us there a little bit from a gold perspective, unit production perspective. I mean, we invested quite a bit into that, right? So, not ideal for that to have happened. But, you know what? We're just going to have to roll with it and make do. You know what? I really don't want to lose this longbowman, so I'm going to heal him. So he might use another fireball here. Yeah, that's another rain of poison blades there, so we don't want our poor longbowman getting killed. That said, I'm hoping maybe that was the last. I don't know. Don't know how many more casting points my opponent has access to, so may just have to... There we go, good kill there. We can move up a little bit, do a bit of work there. Again, Sundren does not have any healing other than that spell, and that is kind of expensive to use, so just because it burns through our casting points, obviously. So I think we'll just call it right there. Ah, yeah, that's kind of... Oh, no, that charm! Okay, we have to get super aggressive and kill that bard. Okay, even if it means losing our units, we have to go kill this bard. Okay, we'll go like this. There it is. And then we will phase in behind here. Nice, okay. Whew, thank goodness for that. And then I think what we'll do is we will blast this archer for all we've got. Nice. And then we can charge over here, kill that razor bow. And then Sundren should be able to finish off this archer. Nice. Alright. Yeah, that was pretty scary that we almost lost our Feel like our... Ooh, jeez. Yeah, our Crusader's in some trouble now. Okay, we will cruise over, flank the Halberd unit. Some really good damage. Give the priest a little bit of business. Kill the priest, and then charge over and attack the scoundrel for some good damage. And we'll follow that up with... Can we hit him with a breath attack? No, it's obstructed. Ooh, you know what we can do? We can shadow step in behind and then give him an assassin strike kill. Nice. That was a little sketchy, but we got it done and we didn't lose anybody other than our longbowmen. Nice. Okay, there's another city we have. We're going to migrate it over. We're doing that because my understanding is that is what our objective requires us to do. Alright, so we are going to move on down. Interesting. Oh, I didn't realize that. Oh, that is annoying. We have to be embarked to attack. Oh, that's annoying. Well, okay, well, we'll do that next turn then. So the crocodile can just stay put. That's very annoying. Oh, our poor scout is getting attacked. Now, in this instance, I am okay using my cheeky little strategy. Because I feel like doing this as a scout is okay. What we will do is we will move to not quite in attack range. And then hopefully he won't move all the way. There, that's exactly what we wanted. And then we'll go just outside of it again. And we'll just keep doing that. It's a little bit of a cheeky play, but I feel like it's more justified with scouts, especially birds, fighting a melee unit, because presumably they would be able to just fly away. Whereas doing it to defend a city, I had promised a long time ago I wasn't going to do it, and sometimes I still use it as a crutch. So I feel like finally got to start walking the walk, not just talking the talk. Yeah, there. See, and that's the thing. You just wait enough turns and the attacking unit loses, basically, just because they haven't done enough damage. Okay, well, now we can't win because this unit has a ranged attack. Well, all that effort for nothing. Yeah, it's too bad because we do need to get another scout over there to find that prison. Hopefully we can get one more scout here at some point. We should capture this little fort. That would improve our gold income situation. Assuming it stays undefended. This little unit should head over and capture my city that I just took. Now, humans are unhappy. Yeah, no surprise there. We've been migrating all of their people out of the cities, so... thankfully, now our gold situation has improved a little bit. So I could head down and grab this fort. And that improves it a little bit more thanks to that gold mine. So let's head over and deal with Reskar first. So Reskar's group can embark. It's a bit of a risk, but should be okay. Thankfully, we are using our scouts to basically confirm whether or not there are any units around to threaten them, and it doesn't really look like it, so I think we are okay. And this crocodile can swim, so we will attack now. And you know what? This is another opportunity here where we can try to acquire a unit. We can try to get this shock serpent using our befriend animal. Crocodile is going to move on over. It's nice having that crocodile able to swim. Of course, now our units are at a disadvantage, so we do have to be a bit cautious here. We'll blast the baby shock serpent for some damage. We know full well, of course, that... yeah, let's see if we can get the kill. Not quite, but pretty darn good. Our Beetle Knight can go here, get that kill. Troll can move up just to provide some extra assistance. We can block our ranged unit there. Warg Rider can go there. Yeah, it's nice having units that swim, though, for stuff like this, but... yeah, that we knew that we were going to get attacked. Ouch. That hurt. Alright, let's try our best here to befriend the Shock Serpent. Okay, resisted, not a huge surprise there. Do some heavy damage here, and there's the kill. That's what we needed. Troll can move in and get the finish, and that should be all she wrote. Perfect there. That's really good work. Okay, we've got a torso item that gives Holy Champion. We could also just sell this for gold, but we do have a positive gold income now, so I think I'm inclined to take this. I don't think all of our units have torso gear. So let me just take a look. We have some with Reskar. We don't have any with Groshak, and we have a good one with Sundren, that legendary one. So yeah, let's send that over to Groshak. Just give him a little bit of a boost. Very good. Alright, so that used up all of our movement to embark. So we will just hang out with our crocodile in the vicinity. Provide some support there. So Groshak now. What do we want to do? I'm inclined to maybe send a unit up here. Maybe join in. He's already got a couple of initiates. I feel like if we can make landfall over here and put some work in, we could get quite a bit done. And Sundren down here, I mean, we'll probably have to push in like this. It just sucks that we don't have any healing. That's really the biggest problem with her group. We do have to be careful. We don't want to get overextended, right? That's the big thing. Let's send the swordsman maybe up to join up here. And you know what? We could even send one of these two down just to act as a mild deterrent. I say mild because it's not really going to deter too much, but... so this is now a high elf town. We really don't have enough gold to do too much with. Could make a defender for it. I think we'll just do merchandise, and if it gets captured, we'll just go back and recapture it. Same with this little one. Navina, same thing. We just don't have the money to really do anything at this point. Oh, that's right. I forgot. Groshak was going over to do this. That is our primary concern. Whoops. Almost forgot about that. You know what? If we're heading this way, we could even take out this spawning structure on our way through. Yeah. Okay, that's good. We'll end it there. And then we'll probably call it an episode here pretty soon. It'll just be kind of a short one to get us going again. Nice. Okay, Cloak and Dagger is done. Lisanne has grown. After losing size, it's now regained it. So we'll finish this turn up maybe if we can. Let's see. What can we find over here? Oh, we can't go through that. Okay. Interesting. So maybe to get there, we do have to go via that teleporter. Well, that's kind of annoying, but I guess I'm also kind of not surprised. At least we got some treasure for our efforts. So maybe we should actually head back this way. It's going to be a long way to get over there, but I think we kind of should, actually. So let's head back this direction, and then we'll... It's kind of a waste, but... You know what? We can use the crocodile to do a bit of scouting for us, maybe. I think we just head over here, honestly. Yeah, we clear this out. We put the work in on this side of things. That's probably going to be the best we can do. Horribly inefficient, mind you, but... Okay, we'll go here. And Groshak is just going to keep on moving. Again, because we want to get over there as quick as we can to reclaim our dwelling. Let's pick a research choice here. I mean, we could start doing the production options, but I feel like maybe even just getting some damage ability with Sundren would be good, so we'll do that. We now have enough gold to start doing things again, which is kind of good. This will be our throne city here momentarily. Maybe we just do something to protect the city a little bit. We could get an initiate just to have something on the city. Listland, I think there we'll just do merchandise across the board there. Now, Sundren's group, I think, like I said, I'm going to turn around and go try to push through this way. Yeah, I think there's some work for us to do up here. And this little guy here is just going to tag along with Groshak when he can. All right, and that's going to do it. So I think that's a good place to save it. Bit of a disaster in that we lost our throne city, but we're working on it, and we know we can't go through the smoke here, so we're probably going to have to do the old plan of getting to that teleporter and going that way, which is too bad because it means we're going to have to send our units all the way over. So this is actually going to be episode 40. And again, this is continuing the campaign with this sort of alternate reality. As always, guys, thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one.